Hello guys, how you all doing? Great to have you here. It's a video here that I want to react to from Pink Book Lessons. And it says she flew back home to Jamaica and made his baby mama disappear. Navy petty officer Leonardo arrested. Whoa, guys. Let's see what the video is all about.
Leoda Bradshaw graduated from high school in Kingston, Jamaica, and eventually made her way to the land of opportunity, the United States of America.
Of course.
She would become a U.S. Navy petty officer about 3 years ago in 2020, a cook stationed in Miami as a part of a recruiting team. The 34-year-old woman is the mother of an 8-year-old girl that she had with Jamaican politician 61-year-old Philip Paulwell. On September 5th, 2023, Leoda contacted another woman who had a baby with Mr. Paulwell. Here's the woman with her 10-month-old baby girl. Leoda lied and told that woman that Mr. Paulwell was her husband when she was only his
Oh wow, such guts. Where did she get her guts from?
baby mama, just like the young lady she contacted, demanding a DNA test from her. That was the beginning of this twisted case involving the disappearance of the 27-year-old
Whoa, she's daring too. Baby mama.
Jamaican woman and her 10-month-old baby. Leoda claimed that she had nothing to do with the missing mother and baby, but Jamaican authorities figured that she was lying, and they have since officially charged Leoda, accusing her of being the mastermind behind a plot set out to destroy this young woman and erased her and her baby from existence. Today you're going to see just how dangerous a jealous woman can be. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. If you're watching from Jamaica, I want to see your flags below in the comments. 27-year-old Toshina Patterson had a baby girl just 10 months ago from Jamaican Parliament member Philip Paulwell. On September 5th, 2023, Toshina was contacted on Facebook by Leoda Bradshaw, who claimed that she was Mr. Paulwell's wife, and demanded that Toshina's 10-month-old baby girl be tested to confirm that Mr. Paulwell was indeed her father. Leoda lied to Toshina.
Such guts. This one is a baby mama with a difference. Baby mamas with guts. Oh wow.
She is not married to Mr. Paulwell and was never married to him. But according to Miami-Dade County records, Leoda did marry another man in Miami 5 years ago. Toshina was surprised by the communication, and after the quick exchange, she blocked Leoda on Facebook. The next day, Leoda traveled from the U.S. back home to Jamaica, where she's from. The sole purpose of her trip was to destroy Toshina. Leoda met with her cousin, 30-year-old Roland Balfour. Her cousin still tapped into the soil and was able to help Leoda find 2 hitters. Leoda hired these men to kidnap Toshina and her 10-month-old baby girl, Soraya Paulwell. She ordered the men to make both of them disappear. Leoda met with the 2 hitters, 29-year-old Roshane Miller and 31-year-old Richard Brown, to execute the plan. The men were paid $100,000 as a down payment. Another sum of $400,000 was to be paid after the job was completed. In American money, that was less than $650 up front and close to $2,600 on the back end. Basically, the $500,000 Jamaican dollars is equivalent to a little over $3,200 in American dollars. On September 9th, Leoda called Toshina several times and talked to the young woman on the phone. Leoda arrived to Toshina's home that morning in an SUV. Evidence shows Toshina getting into that SUV with Leoda, and her 10-month-old baby was also in her arms.
Just like that? Is she that naive? A total stranger you don't know called you without a backup. She was too naive.
20 minutes later, after Toshina got into the vehicle, the SUV pulled off. Before walking out the house, Toshina told her mother that she was only going outside to talk to Leoda. Beforehand, Leoda didn't argue, curse, or yell at Toshina, so she was under the impression that they will meet and talk about everything as adult women. But Toshina's aunt in England spoke with L.A. Lewis, who's been on this case from the start, and told him that Toshina's mom knew that something wasn't right. So her mom oiled up baby Soraya from head to toe for protection.
So one time some people say she fool, and a fool, your niece fool, she just
Nah.
Down to earth.
She
You
just
understand?
she just vulnerable and she wasn't streetwise. She wasn't
Yes.
streetwise. This girl is a more tough girl. This girl is more of a bully more than her. That's why the girl take advantage of her. She didn't open to certain things. She didn't open to certain things. Because a person who's streetwise, a girl that's streetwise, she would have got her like that. And when people was chatting and chatting, so she see the van come and she thought it was Paulwell. She know it wasn't Paulwell. Because the morning when...
Or even go with someone, for crying out loud. Okay, you're going to meet a total stranger and you went all by yourself with your baby. That was too naive. To be honest, she played herself.
She get up and she put on her clothes. She went to her mom and told her mom that Leoda is coming to talk to her. And it's like the mom sent that something gonna go wrong. When she was going through the door, the mom called her back and get a bottle of olive oil and olive oil the baby from the head to the toe. And the daughter said to her mom, why you done that? She said to the other daughter, no weapon that form against this baby will prosper.
See, so the grandmother pick it up. That's what I tell the people some more time when I link with the elders them. Because the grandmother pick it up.
Like the grandmother pick up something, yes. Because when she going through the door with the baby, she call her back and she grabbed the olive oil. Because she even said to her, my cousin even said to me, when she went out there, this baby must be full of pure oil because she rubbed the baby from the head to the toe. And she said to the mother, no weapon that form against this baby, because she thought she going out there just to talk to the girl. And because, is an ex-baby mother, so she just anoint the baby.
That same day, Toshina was reported missing, and news quickly broke that a politician's 10-month-old baby and the baby's mother was missing. Paulwell, the child's father and member of parliament, came out and said it was a scary time for him. He claimed that scammers came for him demanding money. He also offered a $500,000 reward to the public for any information that led to the safe return of his daughter and her mother. On social media, members of Toshina's family stated that she told them that she was meeting Leoda on the day of her and Soraya's disappearance. So after that came out, people on social media started pointing at Leoda, figuring she had something to do with the 27-year-old woman's disappearance and the baby. Leoda, however, came out denying any involvement. She posted this statement on Facebook. She said, "My name is Leoda Bradshaw. I am a federal officer. I have a daughter with Mr. Philip Paulwell, and we are in a long-term relationship. I wish to state categorically that I have nothing to do with the disappearance of Miss Toshina Patterson and her baby girl. The only interaction I have ever had with Miss Patterson is through a brief Facebook exchange. I wish to share the sequence of events leading up to my exchange with Miss Patterson. In May 2023, my 8-year-old daughter with Philip was sent graphic photos, which were later followed by email threats and extortion attempts. The matter was reported to the FBI, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and the Broward County Sheriff's Department Internet Crimes Against Children. They later reported the matter to Jamaican authorities. The threats against our child continued for months as authorities investigated. On Sunday, September 3rd, an email was sent to the parliamentary group making threats that personal information on Philip will be released to the public. They also made threats against our child. On Tuesday, September 5th, I received an email from a Jessica Dean 568@gmail.com advising me that she has been trying to contact me for months on Facebook to inform me that Miss Patterson had a child with Philip. I spoke to Philip and he confirmed that he had a brief relationship with Miss Patterson, and it is possible that the child was his, but he was not certain as a DNA test had not yet been done. Following my conversation with Philip, I searched my Facebook history and noticed in my spam chat messages from an account with the name Jessica Dean, who had the PNP logo as her profile photo. She said she had been trying to reach out to me since June to bring to my attention the fact that Miss Patterson's child was Philip's. This was the first time I was hearing about Miss Patterson and the child. I also noticed that Miss Patterson had searched for my profile on LinkedIn 4 weeks ago and again 2 weeks before the emails came. On Tuesday, September 5th, I sent Miss Patterson a message on Facebook Messenger advising her that Philip had opened up to me about their involvement and the possibility that the child was his. I advised her that Philip and I ensure the child is taken care of financially and a DNA test would be done to ensure that Philip was the father of the child. That was the only time I had interaction with Miss Patterson. I have never spoken to her by phone, nor have I made any arrangements to meet with her. Any such...
What's her business? What's her business? Is she the man's wife? Like, hey, God have mercy. This lady, she's a baby mama with a difference. Baby mama with the guts. Baby mama with levels. Can you imagine the audacity? Hey, God, very dangerous human being.
Reports on social media are lies and would be passed on to my lawyer for action to be taken in the days ahead. Yeah, so if you never had any involvement and never talked to her, how did they get phone calls from your phone to her? And also, how did your cousin get tied up into this? Yeah, she was lying all through this statement and you had people who believed her. I have shared all information I have with the authorities, and I hope their investigation will lead to the safe return of Miss Patterson and her baby girl. As can be seen with my exchanges with Miss Patterson, there was no anger, but just a genuine wish to see that an innocent child is taken care of and not caught up between two parents no longer in a relationship. I will continue to work with the local and U.S. authorities to get to the bottom of the threats against my family, in particular our young daughter. I will continue to pray for the safe return of Miss Patterson and her baby and ask anyone with information to contact the police. So almost a week after Toshyna and Saraya's disappearance, an unnamed person of interest was detained at one of the island's international airports. At that time, their identity was not revealed as Jamaican authorities continued to investigate the case. The person was reportedly attempting to leave the country. Then fast forward about a month after Toshyna allegedly got into that SUV with Leoda, police announced they arrested Leoda, her cousin, and the two hitmen. And hours later, a shocking discovery was revealed. Authorities found Toshyna and baby Saraya, but unfortunately, they were not alive.
As the JCF continues the investigation into the disappearance of Toshyna Patterson and her 10-month-old child, Saraya Paulwell, on Saturday, September 9, 2023, I wish to inform the public that we are now satisfied by the overwhelming evidence. It is one of the most painful investigations for the team since recent times.
Their bodies were found in Rockford, East Kingston. 31-year-old Richard Brown, a Kingston graphic artist, and 29-year-old air conditioning technician Roshane Miller allegedly took the lives of 27-year-old Toshyna and 10-month-old Saraya, then set fire to get rid of the bodies and evidence. Both hitmen, along with Leoda's cousin, got locked up right along with Leoda. All four will be back in court in December.
A Miami sailor is in a Jamaican jail accused of murder for hire scheme that left a mother and her 10-year-old dead. The case is also connected to a Jamaican member of parliament who the suspect once had a relationship with. NBC6's Jamie Gorilla is live in Miami with this international saga. Jamie.
Yeah, that woman, the U.S. Navy confirms, is a petty officer. Tonight, she's facing charges of kidnapping and murder. A family tonight is grieving this mother and her 10-year-old daughter. And it's this Miami woman, Leoda Bradshaw, who is accused of hiring hitmen to kill them in Jamaica.
Leoda Vanessa Bradshaw, 34 years old, petty officer in the U.S. Navy. She was charged with 2 counts of conspiracy to murder, 2 counts of conspiracy to kidnapping, 2 counts of kidnapping, 2 counts of murder.
Bradshaw is a U.S. Navy petty officer assigned to a talent acquisition team here in Miami. In a statement to NBC6, the Navy says it takes all allegations of misconduct seriously and is fully cooperating with appropriate investigative and law enforcement authorities. The matter is currently under investigation by Jamaican authorities and the Navy Criminal Investigative Service. This is Bradshaw walking out of a Jamaican courtroom after being charged. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecution in Jamaica alleges Bradshaw and her cousin hired 2 men to murder a child and her mother. The contracted men allegedly carried out the murder by shooting the victims, then burning them.
It is one of the most painful investigations for the team since recent times. However, the team of investigators continue to be professional and remain focused.
Jamaican officials identifying the child as the daughter of a member of Parliament, Philip Palwell. In a press release, prosecutors allege Bradshaw and Palwell were in a relationship and Bradshaw considered Palwell her spouse. He hasn't responded to our request for comment, but he did say this on social media, that anyone could murder a mother and an innocent baby is unimaginable, and my heart is heavy with sadness. I am praying for Tashina's family, who I know are experiencing the unbearable grief and pain of losing their beloved daughter and granddaughter. Bradshaw is expected to appear again in court in December. We reached out to her attorneys for a comment but haven't heard back, although they have publicly denied the allegations. Reporting live in Miami, Jamie Garola, NBC6 News.
After all this happened, a woman came out claiming to be Leoda's friend. That woman is Carisha. Carisha is also Jamaican but lives in America. She was Leoda's close friend until she found out that Leoda allegedly had a secret life insurance policy and tried to lure Carisha to Jamaica to get rid of her too for insurance money. Carisha said Leoda called her her little sister, and she was really hurt when she found out that Leoda was allegedly plotting on her life too. Number one, Leoda was 1000% out of order. As a baby mama herself, why was she worrying about the paternity of another woman's baby? What made her think that she had so much control over the situation?
This one, she can do anything for money. Oh my God. But she has her life going. She has everything going on for her. A good job, a good life, in a stable environment. What else does she want? I feel this is not her first. I think she's used to this kind of game already. This is where she gets her money. It's obvious. This is sad, guys.
Situation and this man's business. If he wanted a paternity test done, that would be his business to follow up on, not Leoda. Clearly, Leoda was overstepping her boundaries, talking about she was a wife to a man she never married, trying to position herself as having some sort of authority over the situation, which is probably why Toshina agreed to meet with her. Leoda wasn't married to that man. She married another man in Miami 5 years ago. But how did you legally marry another man and you're sitting up here calling another woman about your baby daddy? That's the first issue. Whatever he was doing and who he did it with had nothing to do with Leoda. That's another thing I'm seeing out here. A bunch of baby mamas and girlfriends out here thinking they have some sort of commitment from a man that's not even their own man. Leoda was obviously jealous that he found a younger woman than her, because she was supposed to be the little young teen in his life. But he found someone younger. And just to think, 8 years ago, Leoda was in the same position. She was around Toshina's age having a baby girl too. And then this guy is old enough to be Leoda's father and old enough to be Toshina's granddaddy. Palwell supposedly had...
But wait, guys, I don't really understand. But she has moved on with her life. She married to someone else. Like, this case is even complicated. From where to where? I can't correlate this whole saga. And Mr. Paul will say, I don't even understand him. And he's busy going about pregnanting young girls. Oh, shame.
Has a daughter that's like 41, 42. She's older than both women. And this flamingo thought that she was locking him down and having control over his other women? Like how? Yes. Leoda, you evil, wicked woman. You play yourself big time. And who would look at this little baby and do that to her? These guys are absolutely sick. Just as sick as Leoda, which is why all of them deserve to be locked up. And as for Leoda, whatever they give them, they need to triple that on Leoda. Because she's the one who planned all of this. A disgusting, jealous woman, thinking somehow that she can control this man and his resources. Because I hear Palwell was paying money to Toshina every month for the baby.
Exactly.
And although Toshina's aunt tried to make it seem like Toshina was so smart and had a business so she didn't need Palwell's money, like, I'm not buying that either. If Toshina didn't need the money, she was still collecting it. And she wasn't some rich woman. She had a pest control business. And having that business meant that she had something to do to keep her busy outside of her baby and be able to help support herself, but that didn't mean that she didn't find any use for those monthly checks. Like, come on, let's be for real. Why else would a 27-year-old be dating granddaddy, a man 35 years older than her? Like, stop it. It's a very sad situation. Sending condolences to the family. Toshina also had a twin sister. I feel horrible for her mother who knew something wasn't right. I just wish she had told her daughter not to go with Leoda. Investigators are saying that Mr. Paulwell had nothing to do with this, and it was Leoda who went after Toshina when she found out she had a baby by him. Investigators are saying Leoda was a jealous woman. This lesson is for the young ladies out there. You have to be careful when dealing with these men that's got multiple baby mamas and women. Those women could be so jealous and threatened by you that they will try to get rid of you. If y'all think y'all hit a lick and found an old sucker that all of y'all would share and eat off of, think twice. You can't tell me there wasn't a man out there for this woman at 25, 26 years old. Toshina didn't want that. She went with Mr. Paulwell because he had more money and more status than the men available to her. So as much as people want to tiptoe around it, Toshina chose Paulwell for a check. She opted out of having her own family to be Paulwell's side chick. And quiet as it's kept, Leoda did the same. But after Leoda had the baby, she tried to rewrite the program and change the terms and conditions that she signed up for. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think about this.
This is a very sad news indeed. I really feel for Toshina's parents, especially her mom, that knew in her spirit that something was wrong, yet she could not pinpoint what was wrong. It's so sad. It's a big lesson. Know who you date. Know who you date. Because some girls, they can do anything for money. They can go out all for money. Guys, you see this money, you will eventually make it. You will make it eventually. If not now, in the nearest future, you will. But you have to do it in the right way. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Leonardo, you see what greed led her to? She will live the better part of her life in prison, all because of greed. Know who you engage yourself with. Be at peace with yourself always. Don't forget to watch, like, subscribe. Bye-bye.